If you want to see true Mexican passion on full display, go to a soccer game. And now that Monterrey is a host city for the 2026 World Cup, fans are more passionate than ever.
It does not count.
Oh, that is so crazy.
Mexico has had some heartbreakers on the world stage, but we're loyal. Maybe it's a 90-minute escape from the issues that dominate the headlines. Or maybe it's the tacos. Today, I'm visiting two rival teams just miles apart, Los Tigres and Los Rayados, to taste the tacos that fuel 93,000 screaming fans.
It's so huge.
¿Ya se llenó?
No, yo ya no aguanto.
And take the rivalry off the field and into the kitchen.
You guys, this is perfect. This is the moment. You see how it's huffing and puffing and smoking?
And no matter who you're rooting for, I want to make sure you're eating well during the big game. In my kitchen, I'm showing you how you can make the most epic torta right from your own home without fighting the crowds. And that famous asado de puerco, you can make it too.
It's like even the birds are singing. Doesn't stop.
I am going to give you a secret.
Yes, I love secrets. It's like nothing I've tasted before.
Every 4 years, our family cheers for Mexico in the World Cup. But I still need a refresher on the rules.
How much can you push another player?
You can't extend your arm.
And I can think of a better teacher than Mia Fishel, a superstar striker for the Tigres women's team, which has skyrocketed in popularity over the last decade. The timing happened to work out that the men are playing during my visit, but she's kind enough to be my host.
This is fun!
Yeah.
I like catching!
Barely in her 20s, she's a Golden Ball winner and a two-time finalist for U.S. Soccer's Young Player of the Year award.
I'm awful!
Good.
She's also a rare case of an American crossing the border to Mexico to follow her professional dreams.
It was like a dream come true. This is all I wanted to enter my pro career.
This is incredible that you're here now.
Yes.
You know, I think Mexicans are really loving the fact that women, like the dads that have daughters,
Yes.
are like, finally, our daughters can get into the sport.
Exactly. I'm playing because I love the sport. It's my passion, it's my love, but also to inspire everyone.
What do you
Oh my
think
gosh.
about the food and how's the diet here in Mexico?
One reason why I was so happy to see you is because I'm a foodie. I love food.
Mia brings me to one of her favorite stadium stops for massive tacos with homemade asado de puerco, a pork stew bathed in a rich smoky chili sauce, and chicharrón norteño, fried pork belly drowning in a tangy salsa verde. Both are stuffed in warm, handmade flour tortillas. If the team nutritionist is watching, you may want to avert your eyes.
I like how in Mexican food is a lot of flavor. You can see it right in front of you, then make it from handmade flour at a stadium.
I'm gonna teach you something.
Okay.
Food-wise. Just like you have the two main, like, Tigres and Rayados.
Yes.
Like, there's two main camps in Mexican cooking,
Okay.
in sauces. Whenever you get a stew that's tomato-based, add tomatillo sauce.
And the green.
And whenever you have a stew that's tomatillo-based,
Yes.
add red sauce.
The opposite.
Because they complement each
Yes.
other. Because the tomato is sweeter,
Yes.
the tomatillo is more tart.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is a gigantic taco. It's so huge.
And it's hot too.
So I've never tasted asado de puerco like the one I tasted in Nuevo León. I wanted to recreate it in my home kitchen, but most of all, I want you to make it at home. It's not complicated at all. To get started, you need 3 pounds of pork loin, and then I already cut it into about 3/4 inch pieces But I left all of the fat on, as you can see, because by the end of cooking, the pork is gonna cook in its own fat. And the fat of pork is delicious lard, and that's what you want. So I'm gonna add the pork right in here, and it's nice and tender. Let me rinse my hands. And now we wanna cover the pork with water, just enough to get to the top of the pork. And now I'm gonna get it going over high heat, just to get these to a rolling boil. And I'm going to cook it with these aromatics that I'm going to put in a little like spice packet. So I have a piece of cheesecloth, and I'm gonna add 2 bay leaves and 2 peeled garlic cloves, 10 allspice berries. They taste a little bit like cloves, black pepper, like cinnamon, and they add a lot of flavor to a dish. We're gonna cook the pork with the water and the spices until there is no more liquid. If you put your spices in a packet like these, when the cooking is done, you just remove it and then you don't have to fish for your spices. As it comes to a boil, so much foam comes to the surface. You can see along the edges. Remove as much foam as you can. As that continues cooking over medium-high heat, is gonna be anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. I'm gonna make the adobo sauce. And what's gonna go in my sauce is a combination of chiles. I'm gonna use guajillos and anchos. And this is a traditional pairing of chile. So when you use a chile in Mexican cooking, you don't have to just use one chile. Chiles love the company of other chiles. The guajillo, this is my favorite color in the universe, so much so that my kitchen has that color in the walls. To clean the chiles, the guajillo and the ancho, all you need to do is to remove the stem, and then you're going to open it up. You can use your fingers. The guajillo chiles are 0 spicy. They have no heat. And then we have the ancho chile. And the chile, very different flavor from the guajillo. That is why they go so good together. The flavors that you find in the ancho are like raisins, prunes, cranberries, tart cherries, plums, plus the ancho tastes a little bit like bittersweet chocolate. It's phenomenal. Now, in order to unlock those flavors, we're going to toast them gently. You don't want them to burn. You want them to toast, just like these. You can see the fumes. That's what you want. So you're like bringing these chiles back to life, and then I'm adding them right in the saucepan. Oh, these must look so pretty. We're really taking advantage of this knowledge that has been passed down for generations and generations and generations. So I'm very happy to be passing this on to you. So as these chiles are rehydrating, guajillo with ancho, and now the fresh, grassy jalapeno, but we're gonna char it, we're gonna toast it here in the comal. And I love how when you put chiles on a comal, fresh chiles, they start jumping around. As we say in Mexico, empiezan a bailar, like they start dancing. I'm adding tomatoes. See, now the tomatoes are starting to dance too. And then I'm gonna add a couple of garlic cloves with their peel on so that they can char and roast inside of their natural packets. A piece of an onion. I don't know if you can hear these, but the tomatoes are kind of whistling. First, I'm adding the chiles. And look at how the chiles plumped and rehydrated. Adding a cup of the cooking liquid and a cup of water. I'm adding all the ingredients that are now so beautifully charred, and you want to stop the charring or roasting process until the ingredients are completely transformed. So I have the jalapeno. I'm just removing the stem. I'm adding the chile with everything in it. And I'm removing the garlic cloves with the skin on. They have to cool because I do want to remove the garlic skin. I'm removing the skin, adding these to the blender. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Teaspoon of oregano and a half a teaspoon of cumin. And I have to tell you, the oregano from Nuevo León lets you know I'm here and I'm gonna make myself known and you're gonna love it. Half of a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And this already smells like Nuevo León to me. And look at the color, it's so beautiful. It's really taking me back to all the different adobos de puerco that I tried because in Nuevo León there's so many adobo de puerco everywhere you go. So let me get my pork. All of the liquid has cooked off. We're adding the sauce and this is gonna sizzle and smoke and bubble, which is what we want. And one of the things that give this asado de puerco its incredibly unique taste, it's adding an orange rind. You wanna have some pressure in the orange, so use your thumb and use a very sharp knife, but be careful. And then just put pressure as you cut it. And then you can gently go around. Oh, the color is so pretty, the smell is so good. Now these need to cook for about 20 minutes. And as these finishes cooking, we're gonna make the poison beans. They're so incredibly delicious. Of course, there's no poison in them. So the poison in the beans is the adobo sauce from the asado de puerco and the lard too. While my asado de puerco finishes coming together, we're gonna make the beans. I have a pound of pinto beans that I cooked with 14 cups of water. I have measured it to the bone. 14 cups of water, like half of a white onion, and then you cook that for like an hour and a half until the beans are so tender, and then you add a tablespoon of salt, and you have these. These are frijoles de olla. Remove the onion that cooked with the beans, and then add the pinto beans right into the blender. I'm just gonna pour it all. Here we go. You can puree your refried beans. See, I want them with a little texture. I like them a little bit chunky. And this is the poison for the poison beans. We're gonna fry these refrieds with the fat from the asado de puerco. So now you can see why they're called poison beans. If you don't have enough fat in your asado de puerco, your pork didn't have enough fat, you can of course go to direct lard, or you can also use any kind of oil that you like. Once asado fat is really nice and hot, I'm gonna add the pureed beans. And now they're starting to get seasoned with the fat. Oh, this is perfect. See, Mila knows. This is like the happiest moment in the kitchen when everything is starting. Mila, she knows. See? And now we're gonna season the beans with the adobo. So I'm adding about a half a cup of the asado de puerco sauce right into the beans. Oh, like I'm getting so hungry right now. The adobo is ready, you know, because the sauce is nice and thickened. This is so saucy. So I have this friend that says that refried beans are ready when they can practically walk themselves out of the pan because they're so thick. This is so perfect. You guys, this is perfect. This is the moment. This is the moment. And you see how it's huffing and puffing and smoking? Okay, so it's ready. Yum. I'm gonna heat my tortillas. I am gonna grab a little bit of the fat. I'm gonna add it to the bottom of the pan. And then we're gonna build ourselves a plate. So I'm adding my tortillas. Then you add a layer of the beans. Just like that, spread a little. I'm adding some of the asado. It's an asado cascade. You add the tortillas on top. It's really a fun way of eating tacos because you get a platter and then you can taco the heck out of it. Of course, we have to do what my dad does, which is a sprinkle of salt. And then this is my first empalme bite. I don't even know what to say. This is so good. It's so unpretentiously delicious. It's homey. It's packed with flavor. I'm on the first bite and I can't wait to the last bite. This is so yummy and you have to try it at home. They may be only 8 miles apart, but to the people of Nuevo León, Los Tigres and their arch-rival Los Rayados may as well be two sovereign nations. The clubs have been battling for decades, and I've been invited to walk the hollow pitch with the Rayados women's team captain, Rebeca Bernal.
¡Qué emoción! Bienvenida a tu casa, la Casa Rayada.
Rebeca is one of the highest scoring players on the team, despite being a defender. And her dominance has earned her a position on Mexico's national team, with hopes of playing in the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand.
¿Qué sientes tú de poder ahora jugar fútbol, soccer, sabiendo que tus papás también jugaban y que tu mamá le gustaba jugar, estar tan orgullosa? Sí, yo feliz. Mi mamá me dice que ella no tuvo la oportunidad de realizar su sueño, que era ser futbolista, y cada vez que me ve lo disfruta muchísimo porque se ve su reflejo en mí. ¿Quieres meter gol?
After lessons from some of the best female athletes in the world,
¿Quieres meter gol?
maybe I should change careers.
Para allá.
Or maybe I should stick to food. Speaking of, I'm getting hungry for those famous tortas I keep hearing about.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Venimos por... ¡Ay, tú eres el Chino!
Hola, Chino Arrieta, ¿cómo estás?
Oye, ¿y por qué? ¿Tú sabías que tenían chorizo argentino? Son muy famosísimas. Entonces, hay que probar uno, ¿no? ¡Sí!
El Chino Arrieta has been serving savory arrachera tortas at Rayados games since 1986. But when Argentinian players taught Chino the special spice formula for the chorizo, and he mixed that with the arrachera in one torta, the sandwich exploded with popularity.
¡Ahí están los chorizos! ¡Qué rico! Platíqueme, ¿esos chorizos los hace usted?
Estos los hacemos, son artesanales, eso lo hacemos yo y un hermano mío. Somos lo que lo hacemos. Después lo traemos y es el que vendemos como torta de chorizo o torta mixta, arrachera con chorizo. Es carne de res, carne de puerco, con la combinación de los condimentos que le agregamos para que es el toque argentino-mexicano con nosotros. Por eso le da el sabor. ¿Qué tal comes picante?
Yo soy
Buena para comer.
buena para comer picante. Yo también.
The spice chorizo is amazing, but what takes it over the top are the vast array of toppings that don't ever end.
Yo ya.
¿Ya te llenó?
No, yo ya no aguanto.
Tito pico de gallo
Beto le puso todo.
y guacamole.
Guacamole. No me voy a poder comer esto ni me va a entrar.
Entonces,
Insane. ¿Lista?
así va.
Pero me sabe todo. Tiene buen sabor el picante. Pues ya vi por qué es tan famoso el Chino Arrieta.
Toma.
Vente, hacemos tortas. Oh, te voy a hacer... No, tú vas a hacer conmigo the most gigantic torta ever.
Let's do it.
Es una torta mixta. Lleva arrachera, which is skirt steak, y chorizo argentino. They get the grilled grades ready by scraping it with the onion. And the onion not only cleans it, pero it seasons it. I'm gonna brush la arrachera. Arrachera is skirt steak.
Okay. Yeah.
¿Quieres tú échale sal? So when I went with the Rayados player, she took me to this very famous torta stand que hacen estas tortas mezcladas. And it's a mix of arrachera and Argentinian chorizo, not Mexican
Yeah,
chorizo.
why would they use Argentinian?
I know, I was wondering the same
Because obviously
thing.
Mexican is the best. It sounds like they can't take the heat.
No, wait until you try.
Okay.
I made like a mixa kind of chimichurri en donde yo le metí el Mexican thing al chimichurri, so it's truly a blend.
What makes it Mexican?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
So we're adding like 3/4 cups of olive oil,
Okay.
half a cup of red wine vinegar. Okay, now we're gonna chop stuff. We need about a cup,
Okay. Should
each?
I cut it this?
so we eyeball it. Yeah. So
Okay.
you're gonna chop with me. I love using the leaves and the stems. The stems have like a delicious crunch. Entonces tenemos el cilantro, el parsley. Flip. Oh, we need to flip. Yes, we need to flip. Y mira, 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 mira. This is so beautiful because you see
Oh, that looks perfect.
like the caramelly edges. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Let's flip the chorizos a little too. Let's see how they're doing. I think this needs like 5 more minutes. So we have cilantro, parsley. Now we need the oregano. So let's move the leaves. Para quitarles leaves, les puedes hacer así. And for these like Mexa style, I'm adding pepitas, pumpkin seeds,
Nice.
pickled jalapenos,
Classic.
fresh jalapenos, and lime zest and lime juice. So we're adding these scallions. I'm adding the white and the green parts too. Let me look at the meat. Oh yeah.
Looks perfect.
The chorizo should be ready. Okay, so we have the lime zest.
How much should I
think
do?
that's good
That's good?
enough.
Okay.
Let's cut the lime. And then we can squeeze the juice in here. You can add some salt and pepper a la salsita.
Okay.
Alan, let's add the pickled jalapenos.
Okay. All of them?
All. See?
All right.
I mean, how much would you take? I would totally take
I would
it all.
do the whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm adding the garlic. And then I think what I love the most about my chimichurri mixa, I baptized it mixa chimichurri for the Mexican ingredients, is the pumpkin seeds. The pumpkin seeds give it that like nutty, fresh, and the crunch. And then,
Nice.
so we have our chimichurri. Mira qué bonito está. I mean, look at that.
That looks so good.
It's like so vibrant
So
and all
green.
green.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna toast the bolillos in the grill
Okay.
as you cut the meat. Okay. Oh my god.
That looks perfect.
Alan, you grilled this like to perfection. Okay, so let's cut that into bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
I'm making mine, you're making yours, okay?
All right.
Putting meat
A lot of meat.
in like every corner. And it's like so meaty, and suddenly you get that like burst of green.
Yeah.
Osa, how good does this look?
Looks so good. That's so good.
It's like even the birds are singing. When I was in Mexico and I was seeing all these players and their families rooting, it reminded me of when you were little and you were doing soccer, you remember?
I used to be a crazy fan. Used to be the craziest fan because, you know, most parents, they show up, they put up their chairs, they'll clap or yell their kid's name, but you were like, Mátalos, mátalos, vamos Alan, you'd scream, scream, scream at me. I remember looking back at you and all the parents were looking at you like, who is this woman?
Was it embarrassing?
No, it's not embarrassing.
It was a little embarrassing.
No, but
was
that's
super
the way it's supposed to be.
embarrassing.
That's how it's supposed to be.